Welcome back, guys. So this is question number 2 of our course, and here we have to find the value of current for the elements given in this figure using the complex algebra. Okay, so all the techniques which we have learned so far are going to be used here, and we have to sketch the waveforms for voltage and current on the same set of axes. Okay, so here we have this first question, and in this video we are going to discuss this first circuit here in order to formulate the general strategy of solving these type of circuits. Okay, so let me go down here. Okay, so let me go down and start solving it. So here this is the circuit here, and we have this is, let me have it A, and here the value of resistance is 3 ohm. Okay, and the value of voltage which has been developed here across this resistor is 15 sine of omega t plus 10 degrees. Okay, so that is basically the elements and quantities here, and we have to find the unknown quantity, that is the current. Okay, so there again I am going to recall a strategy here, and according to that strategy, with every element, suppose here we have an element here and it can be anything. It has the impedance Z, it has the voltage across it V, and the current across it is I. Okay, so this current is flowing through it, and the voltage which has been developed here is basically this one. Okay, and the impedance it has is basically Z. Okay, and current is this I. So in order to find any one of these quantities, these are basically the three characteristics which are associated with any electric element here. So in order to find any one of the quantity, two other quantities should be known, and by using those two quantities, what I can do, I will use the Ohm's law, which is equal to V is equal to IZ. Okay, so if I want to current here, that would be I equal to V by Z. Okay, after finding the impedance here. So here we can very easily see that the resistance is known. So from the resistance I can very easily find the impedance, and the impedance here, as the only element here is the resistor, which is the real element, so that would be Z is also equal to the resistance, that is 3 ohm. The voltage is also known here. We can see that the overall form of the voltage is known, and this form would be like, okay, so let me plot it in red. This is the pure waveform, and I will call this one as 15 peak. So this will be at minus 15 here. Okay, so that is the amplitude axis, while this is the time axis. So this is the voltage waveform. Here this is the 15 sine of omega t plus 0 degrees, because it is the pure waveform which is starting here from 0. Okay, with the frequency equal to f, such that f is converted into 2 pi f. Okay, so this is the waveform. In order to find this waveform, which is basically 10 degrees from it, what we have to do, I have to plot it here. So I can very easily see that if this is the 90 degree, okay, and this is the 45 degree, then, and the 10 degrees will be somewhere here. Okay, so now let me plot this 10 degree here. Okay, sorry, this will be like here. So this is now starting from 10 degrees, and that is the phase shift or the phase angle it has. So now here this waveform is this is the 15 volts plus 15 volts, and this is the minus 15 volts, and here we have this one as 15 sine of omega t plus 10 degrees. Okay, so that is the overall concept which is related to the sinusoidal waveforms and the phase angles associated with those waveforms as well. Okay, so here we have this sinusoidal waveform, and in order to do this division here, what we know from our previous phasors video is that all the terms here should be in the polar form. Okay, so in order to write the z in polar form, which is the impedance, we know that this is a real quantity and therefore the angle associated with it 0 degrees. But what about this voltage? This voltage is neither in rectangular form nor in any other form. This is a pure sinusoidal waveform, and in order to convert it, what we have here, we have basically here this 10 degrees, and this 10 degrees is the angle or the phase angle it has. But what about the amplitude it will have? Will it be 15? No, it cannot be 15, because 15 is the peak value it will have. So, in order to convert the peak value into the effective value, what we have to use here, we have to use here the RMS value, and in order to convert any peak value into the RMS, what we have to do, we have to divide it over the square root of 2. Okay, so now writing here this 15 divided by square root of 2. Okay, so now let me go to the calculator and writing 15 divided by square root of 2, what I will get here, I will get here 10.6. okay, so this is 10.6 volt. Okay, so now this will be here, this voltage here will be 10.6, and the angle associated with it 10 degrees, and this is in volts. So writing it here, what I will get 10.6, and the angle it will have is 10 degrees. Okay, so I think it's now clear. So now solving it, 10.6 divided by 3, and the angles here will be 10 degrees minus 0, because now it will move upward, and we will see that we will get this one, or we see that in order to build a conceptual overview here, we can also see it in this form, exponential form as well. This is the J0, and this is 10 points, sorry, this is the 3 exponential of J10. Okay, so we can very easily see that how this formula will work here. So in order to calculate these things here, what will happen, 10.6 divided by 3, so this is now 3.53, and the angle associated with is 10 degrees, and that is in amperes. Okay, so that is the value of watt, this is the value of current, and we will see that according to the calculated value here, the value of the current, okay, which is this one, and the value of the voltage, which is this one, these are basically the two values, and these two values, with these two values the phase angle is equal, and that is 10 degrees. Okay, so according to this, the current and voltage are basically in phase when they pass through the resistances. Okay, so this is about the voltage and current, and we can very easily see that when these are plotted over the same plot, what we will get. So if we have this axis here, this is the time axis, and I am going to plot the voltage with this blue. Okay, so this is 10. Okay, so this is what, for the voltage it was 10.6 and also 10.6 with the phase angle of 10 degrees, and the current here is with this one, and the same in phase are basically plotted here. So we will see that the phase and everything was same. So these two are same, but the values here associated with these two are, so let me also plot like this. So this is the current. Okay, this is what, this is the voltage, while this one is the current here, and the peak values associated, sorry, these are not the peak values. Let me make a correction here. This 10.6 was basically the RMS value. So here it is basically 15, and this is also 15, and the peak value associated with this one, as the value of the RMS here is 3.53. So this is 3.53, and in order to find the peak value here, what I have to do, I have to multiply it with square root of 2. So multiplying it with square root of 2, what I will get? I will get here 5. Okay. So now here this one is 5, while this one is minus 5. Okay. So this is the current voltage waveform, and this is all the other things which we have to find out in our part A of this question. So I hope it is clear now. If you have any question, if you have anything to ask, please do write in the comment section, and I will see you with some more examples in our upcoming video. Thank you so much, and take care of yourself.